Hi there, and welcome to the Project Corner. This is a special kind of video. It's not related to Microsoft Project, Project Online, or Power BI, but I hope this will be the first of a long line of these kinds of posts. So why this video? Well, first of all, I have a similar series on my blog, which is the projectcornerblog.com. And I'm very interested in how I'm growing as a person, as a blogger, as a vlogger. Well, I'm not typically a vlogger, right? You're not seeing my face, but I am a YouTube contributor. And I wanted to do this to share with you how it went during this first year of YouTube videoing. But I'm also going to try and be a bit of a helping hand for people that are also content creators on YouTube. So giving them feedback on how it went so far, talking a bit about how I see the dashboard, how I see my personal growth. So let's have the basics. The channel started in April this year, so it isn't a full year of videoing yet. I hope that will be 2019 for the first time, but there are already 18 videos live, and when this hits YouTube, it will probably be 19 and maybe even 20, depending on if I get my hands on Microsoft Project roadmaps. So in total, 90 hours have been watched, and I'm very excited about that. Having people watch my videos is a huge incentive to continue with what I'm doing. And other than that, I already have 50 subscribers to the channel and 40 people subscribed to the newsletter, where there's more content for you, as well as a little more deep dive into what we're doing with the channel and what I'm doing with Microsoft Project. But with the basics out of the way, let's just have a look backstage. I'm going to open up the YouTube channel and we'll walk through some of the things that I've seen there. So here we are, backstage at the Project Corner vlog. And I really hate that name. It was wrongly chosen, but the Project Corner is what I'm going to call it from now on. First of all, I would like to thank the Will Graphics guys for the beautiful channel art and the logo, of course. So halfway through starting the channel, I contacted Will Graphics for designing the logo. And with the channel art, there's a promise. So every 2 weeks, I'm going to send a new video, and it's going to be mostly Microsoft Project related. As today, it's not Microsoft Project related, but most of the time it will. So there's a welcome to the Project Corner where you do see me, so I'm somewhat of a vlogger maybe. And there's 3 playlists. For now, the most active one is the how-to guides, in which I share information on how to do a particular thing within Microsoft Project, Project Online, or Power BI. Then there's reporting magic, and that is really something that I consider a hobby within a hobby, is creating nice reports for your projects. Because basically, for who are you doing these projects? That's not for yourself, right? It most of the time is a job or some side gig besides your main job. And someone needs to know the information that you're creating. And why not do that in a nice report? Then there's an app and apps and macros. And that currently contains just the introduction to the Office store. But more will come, where I will introduce you to some of the apps that Projectum created, such as the Office Exporter and the Portfolio Exporter, maybe even Team Planner, that's a server-based app. And we are going to tackle some more technical stuff like macros and how to create those. But let's get back to the dashboard. So from the dashboard, what I like to see is how many videos I currently have. Now on most of the videos I start with a numbered front screen, and please let me know if you don't like that front screen, because I typically don't like it, but it's a nice way to start so that people know what the title of the video is and the number of videos I've currently done. Now, not all of these videos start with that start screen, so only the bigger, the main videos do. So if I have a feature release that most of the time is a very short video, that won't have that number. So in total I have 18 videos, but on the last one, creating a time reporting periods, you will see that I will have another number. So in this video, it starts with video 14. So there are 4 videos that I do not consider main parts of the Project Corner YouTube channel. Other than that, from the start, I do see how many videos I brought out. I see some small statistics, but most of the time you will find me analyzing the data. And I typically go to the complete view, because if you have the complete overview, you can sort it to not only look at the last 28 days, but more of a lifespan. So as a lifespan, more than 90 hours have been spent on the Project Corner. And once again, I'm very proud of that. On an average, people will tend to look at 3 minutes of video. So you might already have been skipping this part, but hang on with me because there's more to come. So in total, a lot of views, and lately I got my first dislike, which is kind of hard to take, but well, that's part of life, right? And that comes on the creating a risk matrix, my most popular video by far, and I'll dive into that a bit more later. So there have been 3 comments. Most of them were from other MVPs that wanted to congratulate me with the channel. Then there's a lot of shares, I think a lot of shares, and a lot of subscribers, much more than I had anticipated for right from the start. I was hoping maybe 20 people would go into the channel, but I'm very proud and very thankful for every subscriber that comes to the channel. So let's dive into watch time. Watch time is, well, real time is how I start my day most of the time, where I'm very interested in how I did in the last 48 hours, where there's an estimated amount of views, and you will see them across the main divider and the last 60 minutes. And if there are green bars here, because they show up as green, I'm very excited, because that way I know that in the last hour someone visited my YouTube channel, and that's very cool. It still is. So with this, I can see who viewed which. Well, I can't see who viewed it, but if someone viewed one of these videos, and for this one it's the Microsoft Baselines Basics video, which was a user question, so a viewer question. So I'm very interested. If you have a question, please leave it in the comments, and I'll be sure to get a video especially out there for you. So here we see that one person viewed that, and then I go down and I will see the creating a risk matrix in Power BI for Project Online is by far the most popular one, with 10 views last 2 days. And this is a weekend, which I'm recording this. So even in the weekend, people tend to want to know about risk matrices. So real time is how I start my day, where I'm very excited to see how I did in the last 48 hours. And during weekdays, it's a lot busier. But let's have a look at watch time. And in watch time, you can see my most popular videos compared to some of them that aren't that popular. So in watch time, you can see that creating a risk matrix is by far the most viewed video. it takes up 70% of all videos that I'm posting, which is insane in my opinion. It even has close to 1,000 views already, which is 50% of the whole YouTube channel. So I very much hope I will make a similar video that is this popular. But I tend to look at this view where it's stacked area chart, and if I click on that, I'll see how that video is comparing to other videos that are popular. From the start, it will show up 5 videos, the 5 most popular videos by watch time, of course, currently. And what you see is the purple line, and that is the creating a risk matrix, and that has consistently brought in a number of views, almost 2 hours each week, which is very nice, very nice. But here there's a new sheriff. Well, it's not a sheriff in town. Well, it's a deputy maybe. But the Gantt chart visuals in Power BI also hit high marks each week. So in these are the views that I typically look at. Then there's demographics, there's YouTube Premium, there's translations. No one has translated any of my videos yet, but that might come in the future, who knows. Maybe do the risk one, because that has a lot of views. Then subscribers, likes and dislikes, videos and playlists. I most of the time don't bother with this yet, because, well, in the overview I see these small marks here, or these small tiles here, that give me a rough estimate on how I'm doing. Then I sometimes go to the channel. Then I go to the channel to see if everything is still green, and then I go to community and see if there's a held for review comment that I need to look at. So far, 5 months ago, someone commented it. So if you have a comment on this post, I would love to see it. So with that, this was my first year of creating videos on YouTube. I think I've grown as a YouTuber. Please let me know if you agree or disagree. And I look forward to next year, where there's a lot of interesting stuff coming from Microsoft. Just one of the things, project roadmaps will be coming and will be growing in next year. And there's going to be a new project service, and there's not that much information available yet, but that will be big and that will be interesting to look into, and doing some deep dives there and having a look at best practices for you as a user. So if you like this video and you're not a subscriber yet, join the 51 plus, and I hope to see you again next year.